Thanks for stopping on in for today's NBA pick video play for January 30th, 2018. If you're interested in getting all of our picks for today's action, you can get those over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. Heading into this one, I'm going to be talking about this rematch of a game we just saw a couple of days ago as the Cleveland Cavaliers head out on the road and take on the Detroit Pistons. Of course, there's a lot of hype surrounding the Pistons right now, given the fact that they traded for Blake Griffin, but it doesn't look like Griffin is likely to play in this matchup, and even if he was able to go, he needs to learn the system and get acclimated to all of his new teammates before he's really going to reach his maximum potential in a Pistons uniform. So this is basically the Pistons, who are currently on an 8-game losing streak, taking on the Cavaliers, except minus Tobias Harris, who's been their second best player this year, also minus starter Avery Bradley, as well as backup center Boban Marjanovic. So just in terms of the Pistons, where we've been seeing them during this 8-game losing streak, they're actually coming to this one likely without Blake Griffin and without two starters, so probably not going to be up to quite the level where we have even been seeing the Pistons as of late during this losing streak. So these two teams, they just played against each other the other day, and Detroit, they were very competitive on the road against Cleveland through 3 quarters, but in the 4th quarter, again, the Pistons fell apart, and this has kind of been a reoccurring theme with Detroit. Without Reggie Jackson in the lineup, who has been their closer in the 4th quarter when he's healthy, they just don't seem to have that go-to guy down the stretch to get them over the hump and win some of these games. And the Pistons, of course, are hoping that a guy like Blake Griffin can be that go-to man down the stretch and get them some baskets when they really need it, but it's going to take a little bit of time for that cohesion to develop. So the Cavaliers, they came through in that one at home by a final of 121 to 104. And of course, this is the Cleveland team that's still figuring things out themselves. They're bringing in Isaiah Thomas, who was injured through a good portion of the regular season, now trying to acclimate him, figuring out Kevin Love's new role. He'd been playing some really great basketball up until about the time when Isaiah Thomas came into the lineup and took a lot of the shots away from Love. But Cleveland right now, they're still 29-19 overall, so they're 10 games above 500. And of course, coming off the confidence of that win against the Pistons just the other day. And Cleveland, they've been an offensive-oriented team through and through. They're 5th in the league in scoring, compared to just 26th in total team defense. And for Cleveland to go on to win the Eastern Conference this year and be the sacrificial lamb in the NBA championship round against the Golden State Warriors, they're going to need to tighten things down on the defensive end to really work their way even through the Eastern Conference playoff picture. And you compare them over to the Pistons, who got off to a great start this year, but they're just 22-26 overall right now. They're 24th in the NBA in scoring, compared to 7th in total team defense. So we see this as being a game where Cleveland certainly has the advantage. They just beat the Pistons the other day, and that was a Detroit team that still had Tobias Harris and Avery Bradley in their starting lineup. So basically, it's going to be a reduced version of the Pistons, even though they are going on the road for this rematch. But we feel like Cleveland, without having to go against Blake Griffin on the Pistons side of things, more than likely, just giving 2 points here feels like the better value play. So we're going to go ahead, side with Cleveland, giving the points as they grab another win here today against the Pistons. If you agree with this pick, give the video a thumbs up. If you disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks for today over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.